here's what we say a coach does. When a coach is operating at their best capacity to help you, they provide a handful of things. They provide, number one, they give you perspective. It's someone who has a different perspective than you do. It's why I believe coaching is seasonal in what you need. Like right now, you need to be probably being coached by people who have been church planters. They've come out on the other side of it. Some of them may have come out really successful. Others may have come out with some scars, but they have a different perspective of what you're currently going through. There's going to be a day where, let's just say God blesses, churches, and you guys all of a sudden a few years from now have 250 people in your church. Well, probably at that point, your coach needs to become someone who is 2, 3, 4 times that numerical size, because they understand what you're going through. There are times and seasons where the perspective your coach provides is not as much about the tactical operations of a church as much as it is about what you need to be paying attention to about you when it comes to your own spiritual, emotional, mental health. So coaches give you perspective. They've been there. They've done that. They can see it from a different angle. Another thing a coach is that person is a safe place for you to process. So let's just kind of put all of our cards on the table for a minute. We are spiritual leaders. We love Jesus. We love people. But there are times where while we love people, there are some of them we don't like. They're just that people rub us wrong. They might be on our staff. They might be one of our launch team members. We just don't know. But there are times where we have issues. Maybe it's issues with people. There are also times where we have issues, and I'll confess, I run into this one more than I run into people issue conflicts, where I just look at what's ahead of me and I think, okay, do I have what it takes to get there? Like, am I enough to get there? And in those moments, what a coach is for you is they are a safe place for you to process. They're a safe place for you to pick up the phone, send a text and say, hey, I'm struggling with, I'm walking through, I'm dealing with blank. And I just need somewhere to process that. Now, if there are moments where that gets to be like overwhelming, then probably your coach is going to trigger you maybe into counseling or something like that. But for the large part, coaches just help us process ourselves. They're a safe place for us to say, I feel like quitting today. They're a safe place for us to say, I don't feel like I'm going to make it today. They're a place to process and really have that safe space. What you're going to find, some of you guys may have already found this, is especially as your churches launch, you start becoming seen and viewed as that spiritual leader. The air is a lot thinner at the top. There are fewer and fewer people oftentimes who you can talk to, who you can just be open with. And a coach is that, because the enemy will more likely trip you up in isolation than he will when you're partnered together with someone else. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. So you need people in your life, and a coach is one of those people. So they give you perspective, a place to process, and then the final thing is they give you permission. Coaches give you permission. They are those steady presence in your life who, as a leader, sometimes maybe you're trying a new initiative, and especially as you guys are launching churches and you're just praying you're praying about launching a church there in Alexandria or the DC DMV area. So as you're thinking about that, you need to be able to just process that with a coach and allow them to say, you know what, I think that's really not a great spot for you, and here's why. You need to allow that kind of permission for a coach. The other thing is sometimes coaches give us permission to do the things we know are the right things to do. I don't know if you guys are this way at all, but there are times where I don't mean this arrogantly, but like there are times I just kind of know the next right thing to do. Like I know what I'm supposed to be doing. But because I'm alone and I'm leading, I get in my own head, and I just need someone else who can look at me and say, right on, you got it. That's exactly what you need to be doing. And that's what a coach does.